So you want to go to top 5 JJK anime fights?
Yeah.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Looks like tails.
All right. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Coming in at my top 5, one of my favorite fights, which actually put me on the show. Well, got me actually watching the show. Was Gojo versus Jogo.
術式反転赤
Do you remember it?
Who?
That's my number
Gojo
5.
versus Jogo?
Yeah,
Is that season 1?
season 1.
That's your number 5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my number 5.
I remember.
All right. That
It
show
was-
put us in. It showed us what domain expansion is. Showed the difference in powers of Gojo versus everyone else. Because from what we understood, Gojo was the strongest, and we just saw him fight this curse, and he like shit on him. And after that, near the end of the show, what's his name? What is his name? Yuji was like, that guy was weak, and Gojo was laughing all like, yeah. And then Yuji could tell how strong that curse was. And Yuji barely understands curse energy, and he just felt how strong he was. That's my number 5.
He asked Gojo if Jogo was weak, and he said yeah.
Yuji asked Gojo, was that curse spirit he fought, was he weak? No. He didn't say he was weak. He said, Gojo told Yuji that, yeah, he was weak. And to Yuji was like, what do you mean? That dude was so strong. I thought I would have died.
We're talking about
He could
Jogo,
tell how
right?
strong the curse was.
Right.
Huh?
We're talking about Jogo?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was saying Jogo's was weak.
hmm
Okay. That was the best Jogo fight?
No, that wasn't the best Jogo fight.
So it should be another Jogo fight in this list.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 4 was Yuji versus Chocho.
Choso?
Choso, yeah.
His brother?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sick. How they detailed it and how they're fighting in the bathroom. While they're fighting, he's using his blood manipulation. That motherfucker just beaming in accuracy. I thought that was insane. I actually, if we're gonna be honest, I did like the fights in season 3, but my favorites are in season 2.
I didn't get to watch all of that today. I only watched like part of it. So I won't say if it did or didn't make the list.
That's my number 4. My number 3 was the 3-way with
生きてねえから不満なんだろ
I forgot all their names actually.
Yuta, Ryu, Euro, and the cockroach, Kurorushi.
I thought that was sick. I liked how he was using his powers, how he was using his curse energy, how he was hiding. I really think Yuta's his GOAT. I felt like he was holding back. He said he wasn't, but I felt like he was holding back for the most part for a while. And he wasn't even trying to kill anyone. He was just trying to make them submit.
The guy with the hair?
The guy with the hair and the girl.
They were holding back?
No, I feel like Yuta was holding back. He wasn't going for the kill. He was going to make them submit. More like I'm trying to capture you instead of kill you. And it's harder to capture something rather than just killing it. All he wanted was the points.
All their points. But don't shoot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Make them submit, then get the points. Because killing them would be less points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my number 3. Would you like to guess my top 2?
I feel like I know what number 1 is. Number 2. Well, you said it was a Gojo or Jogo. So Jogo versus the Sorceress and Nanami. Number 2.
No, that it's Gojo versus Sukuna.
Gojo. Oh, I thought you said there's. Okay, I thought you said there was another Jogo fight.
Yeah, I said. Did I say Gojo? I said Jogo.
So you meant to say Gojo?
No, I meant to say Jogo. Jogo versus Sukuna.
That was your number 2.
Yeah.
Demon versus Demon.
Mm.
To
be honest,
I don't remember that.
That their entire fight was crazy. The best part in that fight was when Sukuna ore farmed and Gojo opened up a big fireball, threw it at Sukuna, and as he sat next to a bunch of curse users, Sukuna told them that if anyone moves within a 100-meter radius before he tells them to go,
the sorcerers and the fireball. You know what's funny about that? What? I didn't know that was that fight because that moment to me just overshadows everything. That was the best moment in that fight to me. That's why I don't remember it.
I low-key want to split this. Can I get 2 number 2s?
Sure.
All right. The second part of number 2 was Sukuna versus Mahoraga. I thought that was one.
Was that your one?
That was my. I actually had it in there. I wrote it down, but my iPad died, so I was trying to remember the list. And the Chojo versus Yuji was like my honorable mention. Everything goes down just one bit.
So that's your second number 2. So who's your number 1? Unless you want to talk more about the Sukuna versus Mahoraga.
We can leave that be for now. But my number 1 was Gojo versus the Curse Users.
And that's when he lit up Nanami. That's barbecue chicken.
That's before that. That's when Gojo fought Jogo for the second time, and he fought the tree and Mahito, where he used his domain expansion underground.
Oh, he was fighting 3 people at the same time?
He was fighting. Well, the first 3 he fought was Chozo, Jogo, and I forgot what the other curse spirit's name is. Hanami.
Yeah, Hanami. This was during the Shibuya arc, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta rewatch that.
And then my honorable mention, which it was really in my top 5. I would have to read my list again. But my honorable mention, one of the best fights of season 2 that blew me away was Toji versus Toji versus.
I don't know their names. The sorcerers.
No, it was Toji versus
Gojo.
I forgot his name. Huh? Godana. I don't know why these names are slipping my brain right now. It's like I'm forgetting everything.
Was it a flashback?
No, it was a fight.
When he was brought back to life.
It was right when he was brought back to life. He jumped into the domain expansion and whooped Don's ass. Or it's something with God. That's something with the name in there.
Is that the fish monster?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's your number 1?
That's my honorable mention.
Okay. Your number 1 was
Gojo versus Hanami, Jogo, and Chozo simultaneously. And then while Mahito jumped down there, he still used his domain expansion with everyone else down there. And potentially he could have won. He actually could have won if he would have just wiped out everybody and killed everybody.
But he got captured.
Yeah, because they gave a split second turned into a minute. Because Gojo had emotions and cared about his friend and was confused. That 1 minute of confusion got him captured. Which is crazy. If someone would have tried to attack him, they would have died. So instead, they just played chess.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch a little some of that. So you ready for my list?
Yeah.
So I have a lot more fights. Most of my list is season 3 fights. So number 5, I have Yuji versus Higuruma.
日間で一級術師と比べても遜色のないレベルまで成長。コロニー侵入前に数多くの呪霊を退け、20人以上のプレイヤーを返り討ちにするに。
This is a pretty short fight, but aesthetically, choreography, animation is top of the line. Is this one of Yuji's best fights? It's one of my favorites. I like this over the Yuji versus Choso fight. Maybe it's the drip. I don't really like Choso's drip. But Yuji versus Higuruma, that's my number 5. Number 4, I rewatched this fight today. I thought it was pretty good. Maki versus the Zenin clan. It's a little bit unfair because she's fighting not only fodder, she's showing some saucy moves against them, but she's also fighting like top tier Zenin clan members. She basically fought everyone. And even the final fight, I'll throw that in there as well, against a dude that can move in frames. That was pretty cool. So she was just running the Zenin gauntlet. And that was pretty cool. That was easily the best Maki fight, moment, scene, episode of her career. And number 3, I have Sukuna versus Maharaga. I don't think this fight was that good. It could have been better. Like, it sounds crazy, but I think it could have been better animated. You know, like the scenes where they're like showing the kung fu and the poses. It could have been a little bit more polished and smoother, cleaner. But they were just going for like creativity and fluidity. But I'm not knocking it for that. The fight was phenomenal. I love the scale of the fight. Reminds me of the chainsaw fights with Reze, the huge explosions going through buildings. And Sukuna's just calm in the pocket. He's not pressed. He's actually welcomes the fight. And he knows he just has enough in his tank to be able to take on Maharaga with his dissect ability and him just continually slicing up Maharaga. So number 3 is Sukuna versus Maharaga. Number 2, I have Megumi versus Reggie. Easily one of my favorite Megumi fights. And this was calculated, it was tactical, it was well thought out. It wasn't just throwing hands and seeing who can land more hits. It was a 3-step process. First, with him setting up his Shikigamis to make him think that he couldn't use his dog at the very beginning. And then him getting chased down to think that Reggie was running Megumi into a corner, but really he just wanted a space that was comparable enough to his own domain. And then there was the domain part where there was both fighting for control. They were each trying to weigh each other out, battle of attrition. and then that final small part where they started just throwing hands at the end. All that combination was one of the best Megami fights and one of the best fights of the season 3. So you already know what my number 1 is. You can go ahead and say it.
Yeah, Utah versus the 3.
Yeah, 3-way deadlock, 4-way deadlock. It was 3-way deadlock because Yuta took care of the cockroach by himself
immediately,
and then that's when Ryu and Yuro showed up. I watched some of that fight today, and it's just well put together. One of the best fights in anime history. Better than Obito versus Kakashi. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you know, you know. I won't go into it. That's my number 1. Yuta versus Ryu versus Yuro versus Kurarushi. And that's our top 5 JJK fights. Let us know your top 5 JJK fights in the comment section below. Anything you want to say before we conclude?
It was Toji versus Dagon.
Toji versus Dagon, that's the fish.
Yeah. And I loved all those fights, man. Season 2 was insane. It's sad that you weren't able to feel what I felt.
Nah, I just don't remember it. Because I've only seen it once through. I mean, you've seen it once. You seen it like 3 times? Season 2?
I've seen season 2 twice.
Okay, twice. So I don't remember much. I only remember key moments.
That Mahoraga versus Sukuna was crazy. I actually thought it was peak how we know that Sukuna can just slash people to death. Like he just has his cleave, and he cleaved Mahoraga to strings, but Mahoraga was adapting while getting cleaved, and I thought that was sick as fuck.
I think it's overrated. See the exchanges, the hand-to-hand exchanges and the poses. Like, you gotta watch it again. I don't think it was as good as people think it is.